What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about SoFi. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what is really happening right now, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi is down 8.61%, roughly 20 minutes left in the trading day. So it is more full-on breakdown mode alongside just majority of the stocks, as you can kind of see from my watch list. You are seeing a lot of volume, so 56.7 million shares being traded, 52.9 is the average. These are some of the transactions that are occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So pretty much since Powell started to speak, you have a lot more selling, and I think just the algos turned very, very negative today. But essentially there was a new 52-week high, but I don't think anyone's really caring about that. So ultimately, what the hell is happening? So we did get that 25 basis point cut, which was relatively good, came in line with expectations. But what is really causing all of this fear is that going into today, the expectation was 3 rate cuts. We got 2. So of course that's already starting off on a bad foot. And then you did have the estimated inflation for 2025 originally at, I think it was either 2 or 2.1%. That was raised to 2.5. So the Feds do anticipate more of a resurge in inflation. So long story short, that is what is spooking the broader market. Of course, with inflation potentially going up, there is no real need for any rate cuts. So yeah, ultimately, it is what it is. And of course, I think at the same time, Powell did state that we're just going to be cutting rates in the foreseeable future based on data. So with PCE coming out this upcoming Friday, that's another very big opportunity for the market to kind of buy this dip. Again, if it comes in better than anticipated, or if it's hot, then yeah, you anticipate a second pushback. So that is going to be coming out. So GDP is Thursday, and then good old PCE is on Friday. So a lot of things going on, nothing specific to SoFi, so it is kind of just at the mercy of the broader market. Shorts right now are returning 529,000 shares. Actually, I'll just hit refresh to see if that changed. Still the same. So 529, 12.49% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 133.02 million shares overall are being shorted. So the fact that shorts are returning, given this bloodbath of a day, is kind of a positive thing, if that makes sense. Shows that it's unjustified, this sell-off, but still, SoFi has ran up quite a lot in a short time period, as well as a lot of other stocks. So the fib levels, support levels are very wide. So I'll go over that in a second. You do see this cost to borrow minimum once again negative. So there is that one broker very, very stubborn, trying to drum up business. But 48 million in calls, 7.22 million in puts, 43% of all the options being done today still are optimistic in nature. So that's kind of a positive thing, if that does make sense. And since Powell has been speaking, clearly a lot of big money, like almost every 5 minutes is about one or in excess of $1 million in premiums, and a lot of those are bullish. So big money, yeah, today sucks. It is pulling down significantly, but big money seems to be betting more on the upside. So again, that's kind of something just to keep in mind. But of the call options that are being purchased today, still a consensus for it to be roughly around that $18. And then more so around that $17.50 for next week. And then abnormally, you see this right here. So for February, for it to be roughly around that $22 range. So let me know your thoughts on that. But like I said, big money is still paying attention to it. Just as of late, Powell sparked a lot of fear. So I think just a lot more institutions are selling. And right now with it at 1504, it is trading between these 2 points. So this S2 and this S3. 1461 is going to be the strong support. $15.12 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. And then if you do see more of a recovery run, 1544, 1596, and then 1647. So I think today as well is going down very fast because it is triggering a lot of stop losses. So that's probably what is happening. Kind of crazy the fact that it's actually pretty much hit both polar opposites. So this R3 of 1730 and then this support level of 1461 has yet to be touched, but we still have 19 minutes left in the trading day, and people are assuming the worst, like the world is ending, which given inflation possibly coming back, resurging in 2025, I don't think anyone is really wanting to have that happen. But on the actual chart itself, it is well below the ALMA. One very, very key point that everyone needs to pay attention to is this super trend. SoFi's done fairly well. I think we can all agree on that, but that's because they have also had a lot of big money buying it, as well as algorithmic trading on its side. If it does break below this point in the next couple trading days because of GDP or PCE, then you're going to have the algos working against it, and that is where you could see a very, very significant pull down. So just watch for that very closely on a side note. But aside from that though, it is rather oversold, so that's kind of a good thing in SoFi's case versus a lot of other stocks out there. And then on the 1 month, this is where you see that kind of breakdown. Once again, just this key point to really watch for aside from that. So let me know your thoughts on that. No new analyst ratings, no articles, anything like that to really bring up. So it is more just the technicals, Powell, and in my opinion, I think a lot of the data points, subtract the technicals, are looking rather still good. So the options activity is fairly good, and then shorts by them returning, I think that's relatively optimistic as well, because there's in excess of 10 million shares available to be shorted. So if shorts really did feel that this was justified, they have more than enough ammunition to really hit home and cause a lot of significant pain with SoFi. But nonetheless, SoFi's technicals over the next couple of days could be that kind of deciding point to really push it down. So let me know your thoughts on SoFi. Have you been buying? Are you buying this dip right now, or are you kind of sitting back? I myself, I'm actually, with the last 15 minutes of the trading day, was tempted to sell a put. So I might actually just do that once I get off this video. But of course, I think there's a lot of blood in the market, and yeah, let me know your viewpoint on all that. One final thing I do want to share with you though, I did launch a Patreon where I'm giving buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so pop over there and take a look. With all that said though, appreciate all of you watching.